Donald Trump going somewhat easy on Senator Marco Rubio. Have you noticed? And he addressed that this morning.
So far, he's been very nice, and I think I've been very nice to him. We haven't been in that mode yet, but probably it'll happen, and if it doesn't happen, that would be a wonderful thing. I mean, it would be very nice, but there's a possibility that that will happen.
But as you look at his record and the things he's done as a United States Senator, what are your impressions?
Well, he's somewhat inexperienced. He's young and, you know, nice guy. He's a very nice guy, but we'll be talking about it at the right time if it comes up.
Okay. So what about Marco Rubio?
We have gone at Donald Trump, but when it's been on policy. Look, at the last debate, Donald Trump said George W. Bush was responsible for 9/11, and I took him on that issue. If I'm attacked, I'm going to set the record straight. If there's a policy difference, we're going to talk about those. But I'm not in this to beat up on Republicans and call Republicans names. I understand Donald likes to say he's going to make America great again. How? How exactly are you going to do it? And particularly on the foreign policy front, you have to have some attention to detail.
Well, Scott Brown is a former Massachusetts senator, Fox News contributor, and a supporter of Donald Trump. Good to see you, Senator.
Good to see you, Gretchen.
Okay, so do you think that the gloves are going to come off tomorrow night at the debate? Because now we're down to 5. And quite honestly, Donald Trump really hasn't gone after Rubio in a visceral way in which he's attacked other candidates. And the same for Marco Rubio. He really hasn't gone after Trump. What's going to happen?
Well, first of all, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Marco, and so does Mr. Trump. Marco is a hard-working legislator, one of the bright stars in the GOP, and you know, they're going to have policy differences. And Marco has always been one really not to mix it up and wants to look past the primary and know that in the general election, a lot of what's being said now is going to be used by whoever the eventual Democratic nominee is against that Republican or all the outside groups as well. So I think Marco's going at it the right way, and I know Donald is one to, you know, he's going to punch back if he's punched. So. I wouldn't expect otherwise.
Well, speaking of punching, Donald Trump talked about punching a protester the other night. Listen to this.
The guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
But I'm watching how well you're doing. I'm watching how your life has gone with that tone and temperament. Why would you change that if it's working so well for you?
Well, I have to tell you, maybe I shouldn't be changing it too much. That protester was out of line.
I could see you laughing, Senator, listening to that. Okay, so Donald has said on this show that he was going to possibly change his temperament after he, you know, had been caught using a couple curse words here and there or whatever. Now he's talking about punching a guy's face. I mean, is there a problem with this, or is this just Trump?
Gretchen, you know as well as I do, how many times have you participated in a forum or a debate, as I have, when you have somebody who is coming in there merely to disrupt the event, a peaceful rally or any type of forum, and you're saying to yourself, man, I wish I could punch that guy in the face. Well, the difference is Donald Trump says what everyone else is feeling, and that's why he has this populist approach. He's talking about ISIS. He's talking about the border. He's talking about the dysfunction in Washington. He's talking about making America great again. And that's what everyone's talking about. They just don't want to say it because it's not politically correct.
Right. No, I get you on that. But what we just heard Marco Rubio say is something that's really important, I think, which is, will we hear more details about those items that you just ticked off there? You know, ISIS, foreign policy. How is he going to make America great again? Will we hear more details?
Of course you're going to hear more detail, and I'll tell you one of the reasons that I'm supporting him is because of the fact that when you have somebody strong like Donald Trump talking about the things that matter, ISIS, border security, immigration, it immediately puts our foes on notice. As when Reagan was elected, our prisoners immediately came home because they said, oh my goodness, we're in trouble. We are immediately going to reestablish our ties with our allies to make sure that we can move forward together on a whole host of issues. And by the way, the problem in Washington right now is the fact that they don't get anything done. I kind of laugh at the fact, hey, we have to deal with this cell phone issue and get Congress working. With all due respect, they can't get out of their own way, and that's the problem.
Okay. Senator Scott Brown, we'll see you again soon.
All right, Gretchen, thank you.